Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning, nerds. How are you today? Happy Thursday. Happy Peacemaker Season 2 premiere day to all who celebrate. Which, I'm really excited. I really loved Peacemaker Season 1. And I am absolutely looking forward to binge watching all of Season 1 today while I get my work done. But how are you? Are you doing okay? Do you have coffee? Did you have enough coffee? Good. Just checking. We don't have a whole lot to talk about today. I mean, not really. So I thought it'd be cool just kind of hang out for a minute. Blah, blah, blah. You know, do all that fun stuff. So we're just going to keep it light today. Probably brief stream. I got a lot of work to do. Like, I fell behind yesterday. Blame my children. Yeah. So I got to catch up today. But before we go any further, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. There is a hair somewhere. I can feel it, but I can't see it. It's fine. So let's yell good morning to everyone. Okay? Good morning, nerdling deranged lunatic. Good morning, Penny, the hardest working subscriber on YouTube at Hooked on Missions. Good morning, nerdling first class contributing producer, Kino. Buenos dias, Fernando. Hello, everyone. Hello. This is Jim, by the way. Good morning, Real Anarchy. What's up, buddy? What is up? Yeah, so this is Jim. I'm trying to manage my on-camera anxiety and keep my hands out of my hair by playing with Jim. So, Jim. Oh God, I'm such a nerd. I don't know why you guys are here. It's fine. Anyway, let's dive into some headlines. We got just a couple. I thought I had this all set up and I didn't. I'm a liar. It's fine. You guys still like me. All right, guys. So we just got a couple of things in the Marvel world. This is concerning to me. Like, this is a lot of the stuff that's been going on with Marvel lately is just really, really concerning. Like yesterday, we were talking about how Nia DaCosta had said, we don't have good scripts. We don't have solid scripts. You know, they're famously going into production on all these movies without finished scripts. Like, that's a problem. Good morning, Dom, and good morning, Loki. They came together. They came to the stream together. So on top of all the, script issues, we've got this. Alan Cummings says he doesn't know who he was acting with half of the time while filming Avengers Doomsday. Oh no. He says, I did the entire film in isolation. Lots of green screens, face replacement. They even gave characters fake names. I don't know who I was acting with half of the time. That is a concern. I mean, how are you supposed to react? Like, how are you supposed to act with emotional investment and emote properly if you don't even really have the full context of the scene? And yes, that is context. Acting is reacting, as they say. And if you don't know who you're reacting to, can you really know why to figure out the how. This is coming from golderby.com. Goldderby.com. Was this an interview with them? It is. It's an interview with Gold Derby, and didn't know who he was reacting to. They gave the actors, the characters, fake names. So even the actors in the movie don't know who's in the movie. Youch. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. It's definitely a way to avoid leaks entirely or control leaks. As we know, the studios are definitely the ones leaking things. This is just, I don't know, a bridge too far. That's something that is really going to affect the overall quality of the film. That it's already difficult enough to act on a soundstage completely alone, surrounded by green screen. It's very difficult to use the scene, use your environment. But when you don't even know who you're talking to, it just feels like maybe you should have just put them in a room together and taken the risk, Yeah, this fix it in post, which is another problem Marvel has had for some years now, overworking their VFX and giving them unreasonable time constraints and workloads. That is the main reason why so many VFX companies, people do not want to work with Disney. And I've been told that by VFX artists. It's unreasonable expectations. And I did interview with the VFX artist who has worked with Disney. He's actually known as the 10-second Boba Fett. Mark Austin. He was Boba Fett in the special edition of A New Hope. Not, is it A New Hope? Yeah. Anyway, he talks about the unreasonable expectations and the pressure that puts on them and how much they hate that phrase. We'll just fix it in post. Because you can't fix everything in post. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS. Maria says the made up names outside of name of names characters, they're playing sounds weird. Hold on. They made up names outside of name of names of characters. They're playing sounds weird. I'm reading that weird. I am entirely reading that weird. Kino says friends right after graduating from art school worked on 3D conversion of Titanic, got paid per shot. It was hell. Good morning, Patricia. Real Anarchy says they're going to unreasonable length to keep this film under wraps. Exactly. It's going to affect the quality. When you are impeding the actor's ability to, use their fullest, act at their fullest, when you're restricting their abilities, you're restricting their environment, now you're restricting who they're reacting to. It just doesn't sound good to me. And listen, Alan Cumming is a heavily awarded actor. Tonys, Emmys, he's got a lot of awards. He is a very talented actor. But even he has his limits. He's flat out said, Half the time, I didn't know who I was acting with. They were giving them fake names, the characters' fake names. So you're talking to Linda Richmond over here, or you're talking to Cherry Thomas over here. Like, what does that even mean to him? It means nothing. So how do you like really give a solid performance when you don't have the full context? That just feels like obvious obvious to me. So anywho, there's that. They're also supposed to start filming. Let me find it. Here it is. They're supposed to start filming, according to Unbox PhD, at the Great Windsor Park this weekend. What does that look like to you? Doesn't that kind of look like the X Mansion? Or what's the magic school in London? Oh, what was that called? Not just the magic, like Elsa Bloodstone, Captain Britain were all kind of a part. What was it called? I'm going to look this up because I did a whole breakdown about Elsa Bloodstone and talked about this and I can't remember. Let's see. Magic School London Marvel Comics. Okay. Was it Strange Academy? Is it supposed to be Strange Academy? I feel like that's not right. Maybe it is. I could have sworn it was something else. Okay, so Hogwarts. It's Hogwarts. Yeah, I think it's. Is it Strange Academy? Like, are they bringing that into Doomsday or other options? Bloodstone Family Home? Is it Latveria? Is it Victor Von Doom's castle in Latveria? There's so many options. It could be anything. But it's probably like Doom's castle in Latveria if we're, Occam's razoring it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave it in the chat below. Ben says Hogwarts. Hogwarts. But if you have any strong feelings, questions, or comments, leave it in the chat below. We've got actors acting to an empty room, not even being told who they're reacting to, and a big castle. So there's also rumors. This one is a rumor. It comes from Daniel RPK, and remember, grain of salt. Florence Pugh will appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, this could be coming from the fact that she said she wanted to work with Tom Holland. She wanted to meet him. It could be coming from that. Remember, we saw the rumor that Melanie Scrofano was cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Well, I talked to her people and they were like, I love it, Daniel. I don't know. I talked to her people and they were like, yeah, she think that's hilarious. She's absolutely not cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. She happened to be in Glasgow for Earp Fest, for the Winona Earp convention, and just so happened to be wearing Spider-Man socks. And so people got on their jump to conclusion mat and decided, well, she's been cast in Spider-Man Brand New Day. She's absolutely not, Kino. She's not. She's not. I have that on extremely solid authority. She's not. She just happened to be wearing Spider-Man socks at a Winona Earp convention. So that's how a lot of these rumors come about. Just coincidences. And then people run with them. So there's that. Good morning, Bryce. He says, good morning. I wish they added Daredevil to Brand New Day. He would be so cool to see on the big screen in the black suit. I mean, anything's possible at this point. Loki says, end credits see where she plays a bad Russian accent. Hey, Spider-Man, I need you to join New Avengers. Did I do a bad Russian accent? Good enough, bad enough, whatever you want to call it. Anywho, so this is rumor. Again, it could very well come from the interview she did where she was like, I'd love to meet Tom Holland. I'd love to work with him. That would be great. So there's that. And again, just kind of bunking that Melanie Scrofano rumor from a couple weeks ago. Like, absolutely, she is not in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But someone who is in Spider-Man Brand New Day, let me find it, thanks to Variety, this was confirmed in, oh, for heaven's sake, it's jumping all around on me again. So that means I got to back out. Ugh, so annoying. Oh, now I can't find it. Anyway, Trammell Tillman, there he is. Trammell Tillman from Severance, Milkshake, Mr. Milchek from Severance, has joined the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Who is he playing? We don't know. No idea. And I saw someone say this is one of those situations where we think, oh my God, he's going to be like some major character. He's going to be huge. And then he turns out to be like a college professor or something. So either way, that's a win. He's an amazing actor. I've absolutely enjoyed every single scene he is stolen on Severance. He's absolutely phenomenal. Just love him. Just love him. We have some speculation. Rumor is Tombs. Loki says Robbie Robertson or the Prowler. That would be an excellent casting. That would be great. And it would be a really great way to bring in Miles. I agree. Speaking of which, my daughter, when getting her school supplies, she got a new water bottle and she chose a Miles Morales Spider-Man. She loves Spider-Man, like in a huge way. So I thought that was cool. Anyway, Trammell Tillman confirmed Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's super cool. Super cool. And again, the Yelena stuff, it's all over the place. And there is rumor that she's the one. Words are just falling out of my brain. I don't know. Maybe it's the perimenopause fog again. Is that what's happening? Perimenopause. Recruiting. She's the one recruiting him for Avengers. So, the new Avengers. Good morning, ABCD. I think it's 9:00 tonight on HBO Max. Take a look. Let me pull up my press release thing. Let me type in Peacemaker season 2. And I scroll down. Yep. So 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central on HBO Max. Yep. I was right. Fantastic. So anywho, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Trammell Tillman or the Spider-Man Brand New Day rumors, leave it in the chat below. Okie dokie. So I feel like I'm like super short again today, and it's because of my chair. Let me try to fix my chair. Is that a little better? I think that's a little better. Okay. There we go. Good morning, Sen9393. John Cena is a much better actor than Dwayne Johnson, who plays the same boring character in every movie. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I absolutely love John Cena as Peacemaker. I really, really love him as Peacemaker. He, I feel like it's kind of him being himself. But no, he's really good as Peacemaker, and according to his castmates, he's amazing at the improv. Like you'll get distracted by how good he is. It's terrifying. Okie dokie. So moving on. Speaking of Peacemaker and DCU, James Gunn. Now he was on You're Overthinking It podcast with Chris Hardwick. I'm trying to find it. And he was talking about what is deeper into production, what's like really ready to go. I'm trying to find the actual clip because I have the clip. And here we go.
Story that I'm going to tell about Superman over 4 movies. What is the story?
I'm going to start it from the beginning for you guys. So this is him on the I Think You're Overthinking It podcast with Chris Hardwick. He's the guy who did all the Talking Dead, Walking Dead after shows and stuff. Here we go.
Telling here. What is the story that I'm going to tell about Superman over 4 movies? What is the story I'm telling about Peacemaker over, a number of different media? What is it? What is it that's the long-term story for these characters, and how does that intertwine with the stories of other characters, whether it's Harcourt or Eagly or, Batman, who we haven't even met yet, so what is the big story we're telling here? What's the big purpose here? So that is always a part of something. Telling here.
I apologize. This isn't the Hardwick one. This is the Hall Files. But anyway, yeah, Pat Roach. Thank you. It was the wrong clip. But either way, I played the wrong clip, but it's fine. He's wanting to do Superman's story over 4 movies, he's saying. So are we no longer doing the gods and monsters for this, first phase? Or is the 4 movies through multiple phases? Like, are we doing like one Superman movie a phase? Because that would make more sense. That would make a lot more sense. So 4 movies at least. And if I was to give my guess after doing this for 5 years, I would assume that those 4 movies are going to be stretched out through phase 1 through 4. That's what I'm going to assume. And he has said that this first phase, and I may have to do something with these earbuds because it's how am I supposed to focus with this thing? I'm trying to find without ripping my entire computer over. Here we go. I'm going to do this. That's better. This is so much better. One of the purposes my earbuds serve is to, cancel out any other sounds I may hear in the house because I'm so easily distracted. The ADHD is real in this woman. Okay, so 4 movies for Superman. Or does that include, because he's like Super Saga, does that include Supergirl and then possibly Superboy and Teen Titans? Are those the movies? I have so many questions. How many of you have seen the Gods and Monsters movie for Justice League, the Justice League animated series, Gods and Monsters? Because that one, oh no, I dropped Jim and he's really far away. That one, oh man, it's really good. That's the parallel universe, there but for the grace of God, go us type of situation. Like you've got the Justice League, and then in the parallel universe, you've got the crime syndicate. So It's really good, right, Maria? It's so good. Nothing touches DC's animated universe. Nothing. Marvel has got nothing on DC's animated stuff. They have been so good at that. I can't really speak to the recent stuff like Gotham by Gaslight. I didn't really get into that, or the Aztec Batman just seems weird. Like, why do we need that? It's so weird. Yeah, Gods and Monsters is really good. And a few years ago, when Gunn announced his slate and announced him taking over, he said that that was going to be like the theme. They were going to go for that kind of that vibe, that what am I looking for? that kind of arc, the Gods and Monsters arc. So, where do these films fit into that is what I want to know. Because right now we have Creature Commandos, Superman, and as of tonight, Peacemaker. Peacemaker will be the third. Even though he did say Blue Beetle is part of all this, and now he's not mentioning it at all, like at all. I'm wondering if we will see more of that Gods and Monsters theme with Peacemaker, or was this yet again a line of bullshit that we just misunderstood? We misunderstood him. So I guess tonight we'll find out. We'll find out if that theme is as present as he said it would be. Backyard TARDIS, I have seen it. I've seen all the DC animation. I don't know why they don't get the writers for live action. I agree with you. Those writers are phenomenal. They did an amazing job with the DC animated universe. It's untouchable. Nothing comes close to it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I forgot to bring that up, but it's fine. Ooh, real quick. I'm going to interrupt our DC talk for a second. DC talk. Anyone remember them? Netflix, and this is from Jeff Snyder, okay? Jeff Snyder. And we all know that he makes up like 80% of what he puts out there. He just bullshits his way through it. And confirmed that he does when trying to call me a loser. Like, whatever, dude. But his latest thing is that things have soured. Yeah, my best friend of the channel, Jeff Snyder. Best friend of the channel, Jeff Snyder. He's saying that Netflix and Zack Snyder's relationship has soured on the production of LAPD and overspending concerns. The movie they partnered on after the release of Rebel Moon cuts, in part due to their initial success and Dan Lin's interest in the idea. Old Jeff reports that Dan Lin had hoped to make the film on a budget of roughly $80 million, similar to the budget of Army of the Dead and the Rebel Moon movies. But Zack Snyder hoped for $100 million. The project is not dead, but momentarily stalled while production on The Last Photograph takes place. It could move forward if both parties come together on a budget decision. Netflix has been in the works on scaling back on overspending as such. This news isn't overtly out of the blue nor aimed at Zack specifically, like some other side of the fandom may try to run with it. Is it true that Netflix is trying to curb its spending? Yes. Is it true that they're a little disappointed with Rebel Moon? Yes. everyone except for like 5 people was disappointed by Rebel Moon. Okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But I can't say how valid it is that his relationship with Netflix is completely soured. And again, it's coming from Jeff Snyder, who flat out says he doesn't need evidence. He doesn't need evidence. He just needs a creative way to spin it. So, I personally, my favorite is Apple TV. Apple TV is my favorite. Amazon is a very close second. And I'd say maybe then Netflix, then Disney. Like Disney's my least favorite. I have less to watch and keep me entertained on Disney Plus these days than the other streamers. And that's crazy to say, right? Absolutely crazy. Dom says Tubi. I did watch some Tubi the other day, the Winona Earp movie Vengeance that came out last year. It was a movie. I love Melanie Scrofano though, so and Tim Rosen. So, and there were some really funny one-liners in it that I put into use immediately, but I can't use them here because they're pervy. So, anyway, take this however you like, but remember this came from Jeff Snyder. So, remember, he said it himself. He doesn't need evidence. He's not a journalist. He's a rumorist, and he doesn't need evidence. Okay. I'll remember that. We'll all remember that, Jeff. So anyway, back to it with the DC stuff. Get drink. So, okay. Here's the Spotify thing. I don't know if it's going to let me play it. It was my favorite podcast. Okay. I mean, sure, we can discuss the massive success of Superman and return to the hilarious hit show Peacemaker, or even some of the future plans for DC Studios, and we do. But we also have a great conversation about how to carry out a creative vision from start to finish and get the negative chatter in your brain out of the way in the process. Phew. That was a long sentence. Superman is now available for digital download. So anyway, he says that The Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost, and Booster Gold are developing really well right now. They're far into production. Like, they're working on the script for Wonder Woman and Paradise Lost. Booster Gold is due to start filming very soon, if we are to believe the production bulletin boards. That means in a couple weeks, it's supposed to start filming, which leads me to believe that the big surprise cameo that James Gunn has been trying so desperately to keep secret is Booster Gold. I have a feeling that Kumail Nanjiani is cast and that he's going to show up at the end of Peacemaker. That's what I think. And I'm so excited. I love Booster Gold. Do I think Kumail can pull off that self-unaware douchebag who misses his glory days? I do. But I also don't think that he was the best choice. Like someone pointed out to me today, Will Poulter is right there. Will Poulter would be an amazing Booster Gold. An absolutely amazing Booster Gold. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Good morning, James. The episode comes out at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 8 p.m. Central Standard Time and 6 p.m. Pacific Time. That was my radio voice. Fernando says Jason Momoa is going to turn out. Jason Momoa is going to bring a lot of people in for Supergirl. Got it. Yeah, I believe you. I think he's an inspired choice for Lobo. He is Lobo. So there you have it. Kumal has not been announced officially, but it's been rumored for quite some time, and he was at the Peacemaker season 2 premiere. So I'm just kind of connecting dots. No one has told me this specifically, so I have no source on it. This is guesswork right now. This is just entirely guesswork, but it's just kind of lining up, you know? It looks like that could possibly be what's happening. I really wish he would have gone with Will Poulter. He likes working with people he's worked with before, who he's familiar and comfortable with. That feels like it should have been, open and shut. Like, Will Poulter, done. Yeah, Loki heard it from Jeff Snyder, so. George Lunatic, Tabitha didn't believe me when I told her that God goes by Central Standard Time. That's funny. It's really funny. You don't need sources when you have instincts. You don't need evidence when you have good instincts. And my instincts tell me that you're a total loser. Yes, Jeff, I am. Thank you for telling everyone about me. I appreciate it. Fernando, the MCU Eternals must be dead for good because Kamal was one of them. That's true. And I have his Funko up there. I have Kingo's Funko up there. I did love him in that. But aside from Booster Gold, that I'm most excited for, because we've never gotten any like big screen, serious live action Booster Gold. We've had like one time, and it was on Smallville. So, this I'm very excited for. But aside from that, definitely excited for Wonder Woman. A little nervous, but excited. Way excited for Paradise Lost. It's based on Wonder Woman Historia, which I have told you guys many times is a phenomenal comic. It's one of the best comics that's come out in the last couple of years. It's so good. Makes you want to slap your mama. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I said that. But it is. It's a really good comic. The artwork is absolutely stunning. And it's kind of like a Wonder Woman prequel. It's the history of the Amazons of Themyscira, how they got there, blah, blah, blah. So really good book. If they are true to the book, if they stay true to the book, then we're in for a treat. We're in for a huge treat. So Fernando says, we better get Sinestro. We are. We're getting Sinestro. Oh, what's his name? Kino, find that casting for me, please, because they got a really good actor and his name is escaping me. But Sinestro is in Lanterns. He's entirely in Lanterns. Kino, Gunn keeps mentioning Batman. I don't know, but we'll probably see Booster Gold and Harley Quinn. That is a possibility. Now, I've been on the side of the fence where, maybe Margot Robbie is done with Harley Quinn because she's grown so much as an actor. Her star has grown so much. She's grown as a woman. She's a mother now, and she's got other priorities, I'm sure. But having Gunn say that it will soon be revealed, or it'll be revealed down the line, that whether or not Margot Robbie would be back as Harley Quinn. And as much as he's locked this season 2 down, as much as he said, we've got huge cameos. I don't even let my publicist see the last couple of episodes. It does kind of make you think, maybe she is still playing Harley Quinn and she shows up. I mean, Economos talked about her in season 1. I'd rather be working with Harley Quinn than you. I'd rather be working with Batmite. Ulrich Thompson is who's playing Sinestro. Great actor. Very good at being sinister. So, looking forward to that. Backyard TARDIS, when it comes out and it's nothing like the comic, we will all have just misunderstood. We just misunderstood him. We just didn't understand what he was saying. It's our fault. It's our fault. Just like I misunderstood my accent actually sounds Appalachian rather than nondescript Midwestern. So, thank you, James Gunn, for clearing that up for me. I've lived my whole life thinking I had a nondescript Midwestern accent. So crazy. So crazy. It could also be Bloodsport. We could see some Idris Elba because we have had Gunn mention wanting him back and doing what he can to get him back. Maria says the actress who is in Ready or Not would be a good Harley Quinn. That's Samara Weaving. She's Hugo Weaving's daughter, and she would be good. I sometimes think that's Margot Robbie for a second. I know I cannot be the only one. There has to be more people out there who see Samara Weaving, and she's like, oh my God, that kind of looks like Margot Robbie. So it'll be until, that's right, October before we find out who those people are. So, but the DC projects that are in the farthest development that are moving along well, just scooting right along there, is Batman Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost, and Booster Gold. Very excited for all of those projects. Waller is in production, but it's not as, it's in pre-production. It's not as far along as these 4 projects. So, you know what? Waller would be a good show. Waller would be a really good show, but man, if you want to talk DC, these are excellent choices for DC projects. Especially Booster Gold. Especially Booster Gold and the Wonder Woman stuff. The last time we had a Wonder Woman TV show was 1976. Come the fuck on. Like, come on. We've done Superman and Batman to death. We have so many different versions of them on the big and small screen. But 2 versions of Wonder Woman, or 1 apiece, big screen and small screen. And that's just absolute horse shit. So, very good choices to pick one that is familiar and has been done, like it's kind of the standard, like gold standard for doing a DC superhero, Batman. One that is very familiar but has not been truly explored like the other, Superman and Batman. And one that's never been explored, Booster Gold. Absolute excellent choices to introduce us to this new DC universe. So, Deranged Lunatic, I'd like to see a series about Martian Manhunter. Same, and we are going to talk about that in a second. We're going to talk about that in a second. Good morning, Hunter. Danny, what about Captain Atom? That is another Charleston Comics character. Did you know that? Peacemaker and Captain Atom and Blue Beetle all came from Charlton Comics, and Judo Master originally came from Charlton Comics. DC acquired them in the 80s, I want to say. I think it was the 80s. Okay, so anywho, was the question? Did I just do the question? Anyway, they all came from Charlton. Charlton shut down its Action Comics, and DC ended up buying them. So that would be, that would be a really good choice. I'd like to see some Captain Atom. I'd love to. Kino says we'll probably see Captain Atom in the Lanterns because of the Star Labs Flash connection. I mean, Maybe. I haven't seen anything that would allude to that. I haven't seen or heard anything that would make me think, oh, yeah, that's a real possibility. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? They've been pretty good at keeping that stuff quiet. Hunter, I have no idea. I have no idea. We're just sitting here kind of speculating who it could be. And some of the ideas that we have kicked around are Harley Quinn and Bloodsport, possibly Bloodsport, Booster Gold. That Swamp Thing series they did on DC Universe was incredible. Incredible. I really wish they would bring that back. That show was so good. It was so well done. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. All right. So this is for the direct. James Gunn reveals the 6 DCU movies and TV series farthest into development. That's what we were just talking about. And those include the untitled Superman sequel, a secret DC TV show. So it's one we have not been told about yet, one that we are not aware of. As part of the most recent Gunn quote, he revealed DC Studios is hard at work on a super secret TV show that is one of the franchise's most imminent titles. All fans know about this new TV series is that Gunn and the DCU Brain Trust have not revealed what this show could be at any point before this moment. Production on the project seems imminent, only trailing the Superman sequel and Batman 2 in development at the superpowered brand. Loki says this whole universe will have to be reevaluated anyways after Supergirl's reception next year. Yes. Yes. And from what I'm hearing from a few people who have reached out, that it's really good. That Supergirl is coming along great and that it's being received very well. So fingers crossed. Any news about the Authority movie? It's done. They're not doing it. It's been shelved indefinitely. And that comes from James Gunn and John Cena. As of right now, it's shelved. Obviously, they're doing Brave and the Bold, Wonder Woman, Paradise Lost, Booster Gold, like we said. But there is a secret TV show. What could that be? What could that secret TV show be? I am so interested. But, well, box office numbers, obviously. But if it's, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of hype for it. But then again, I thought Superman was going to be $1 billion movie. Superman and Fantastic Four didn't do as well as expected. So who knows? We're in the Wild West now. Like, who knows anymore? Who knows? But I've heard good things. But of course, you're right. Doesn't necessarily translate into box office numbers. Fernando says, I like the idea of Kara being edgier than Superman. I think Supergirl is a more interesting character because of what she experienced. She remembers Krypton. Dear God, that just reminded me that Gunn's like, she was a baby. What does she know? I just want to slap him sometimes. Like, stop saying stupid shit. Just stop. But the way I remember Kara's origin, her established canon origin right now, is that she was a teenager when her entire planet was destroyed. And then she had more trauma because the city of Argo broke off, floating in space. People are dying of cancer and radiation poisoning. And then she gets sent to Earth. Her cousin got there before her because of time dilation, black hole crap. He's now grown up. She's younger than him. Just, there's so much going on with it. She's got all this trauma and heartache and anger, and she has to deal with that. And that's more interesting to me. Superman's great for what he is, but I've always felt like he was very one-dimensional, and that's fine for people who like him. He's supposed to be this good for the sake of being good. But Supergirl, man, she's got depth. She's got a lot of depth, and I like that about her. Who would I like to play Batgirl? Oh, wow. That would mean I need to be more familiar. Ryan Kara Armstrong. She's the new Slayer for the Buffy the Vampire Slayer sequel. She played Fern in Skeleton Crew. I think she would be an amazing Batgirl. Don't you? Ryan Kara Armstrong. That's my vote. I might change my mind, but for now, it's her. So, on to Peacemaker. Peacemaker premieres tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. That would be Chloe Grace Moretz. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. I can see that. But tonight at 8 o'clock my time, Peacemaker Season 2 premieres. I'm very, very excited. I really, really love the first season. I've watched it so many times. You have no idea. So let's check out some stuff from the premiere. We'll check out some behind the scenes of them making the intro for Season 2. And there might be a little bit of an Easter egg or a spoiler in that little clip. Fernando says, I'm hearing Zoe Kravitz is done as Catwoman. Actually, what you heard, and again, this is one of those things where people hear one thing and then, a bunch of journalists or scoopers come around, scoop it up, sprinkle some creative, rewording on it, and then toss it back out there. So Zoe Kravitz was doing a press junket for Caught Stealing, and she was being asked, or her people were telling the journalists at the press junket, the media, not to ask her about Batman 2. She knows nothing about it because she's not in Batman 2. That's it. That's the whole thing. She's just not in Batman 2. It doesn't mean she's done as Catwoman. It just means she's not in the Batman 2. And remember, at the end of the Batman 1, she rode off on her motorcycle to Bloodhaven. Anyway, she's just not in the Batman 2. That's all that is. Sadie Sink would be a good Batgirl. I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, she's just not in the Batman 2. I would not count her out yet. I would not. All right, so let's watch this clip and then we'll move on to the intro stuff.
The two worst dancers are right over there. Michael Rooker and Frank Grillo. They're terrible.
Do you really want to? Do you really want to?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are so excited about the dance sequence. Are there any previews, teases you can give us for this dance sequence?
One thing that I'm really proud of, I was going to get to do a lift like in Dirty Dancing, and I got to do a lift.
I can't believe that we pulled it off. Like, I just saw it recently. I was like, wow, I can't believe that's me dancing.
If you're asking me to dance, there's no way. I'm a horrible dancer.
We thought Robert Patrick
I
was
believe
the worst
that.
dancer in the world last season. No, he doesn't have anything on these two over here. The
Okay.
two worst dancers are
So basically, Frank Grillo and Michael Rooker are just terrible dancers. So here we go.
The new and improved opening dance number for Peacemaker Season 2.
I'm not a dancer, and I warned them.
We'll see.
I love Tim Meadows. I'm so excited that Tim
Still
Meadows
has all
is
those
in this.
funky moves. There's hella more people.
This is the
Okay.
first time.
Let's go back. Let's go back. Who's this guy? They did not keep the same song. They did not keep the same song. Why do you think that? We've been over this, Kino. They have a new song. It's by Foxy Shazam. Remember? We watched them perform it and he announced it. This is the new song. Anyway, so here is this right here. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like a Martian. Could this be Martian Manhunter? Could we be leading to Martian Manhunter? Is that one of the cameos? Martian Manhunter. What do you guys think? So we've got what looks like a Martian, Robert Patrick, who plays Peacemaker's father, who's also Red Dragon. Yes, he died in season 1, but if you read the comics, Christopher Smith goes a little crazy. See, in the comics, his dad was an actual Nazi officer. If you are interested in learning more about this before the season 2 premiere tonight, I have a breakdown on Peacemaker and I discuss all of this. But his father in the comics was a Nazi officer, sadistic, like really, really out there. And Chris does have to kill him. And then Chris goes a little crazy and he starts seeing his father everywhere, like hallucinating and seeing his father. And not just that, his dad like possesses him. So remember, at the very end of Peacemaker season 1, Chris is sitting on the porch drinking a beer and looks over who's sitting next to him, his dead dad. So they're definitely taking inspiration from that. Again, if you want more information to be prepared, I guess, for season 2, definitely watch my breakdown on Peacemaker. Definitely. Maria, if you had a chance to date a young Rock or Cena, who would you choose? Why would you do that to me? When I look at John Cena now, all I see is Ernest P. Worrell. And when I see The Rock, I think of, first of all, that picture of him in the 90s with the fanny pack. Here, Peacemaker's a butt baby. Can I choose neither? Can I just choose neither? I had horrible taste when I was young. Anyway, like, I mean, kinda. Penny, The Rock, most definitely. All right, I'll say The Rock. It's so funny. You guys ask the weirdest stuff. Who would I have dated? John Cena or Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I did, and this is kind of like in Missouri, because Brad Pitt's from Springfield, Missouri. In Missouri, there's always someone who knows Brad Pitt's parents or cousins or something, like, So in Hawaii, on the island of Oahu, everybody knows someone who knows The Rock's mom or uncles or something. He went to Mililani High School, which I lived somewhat near, and our first sergeant's wife said she knew his mom. She knew The Rock's mom. So, but I again, it could kind of be like that Missouri thing, like, oh, so my sister's husband's ex-girlfriend's brother went to school with Brad Pitt's roommate's cousin's friend. Oh, okay. So next to Robert Patrick, we have Michael Rooker, judo master, this lady, this guy, and this might be, who are these people? I don't know. Don't know who these people are. We got John Economos, another person we don't know, Tim Meadows. Whoop, whoop. He's so funny. Oh my God. Can I offer you a fifth sandwich? Frank Grillo, who follows me on Instagram but doesn't respond. That's fine. Of course, Freddie Stroma, Vigilante, one of my absolute favorites on the entire show. John Cena, James Gunn, Jennifer Holland, Mrs. James Gunn. Adebayo, Danielle Brooks. I don't know who she plays. The lead singer from Foxy Shazam, because remember, Keto, that's the song they're using. Anyway, yeah, that's the lead singer of Foxy Shazam, James Gunn's favorite band, and the band that does the song that they're using. Okay, so again, I could be wrong, but that looks like a Martian to me. Let's watch the rest.
Time everyone has been in one room. What's going on here? This is what I have to deal with.
1, 2, 3, 4. Twirl around the land. In between takes, we'll rehearse together.
I've gone over these moves a million times.
My favorite part is watching everyone else fail while I really exceed. Really exceed.
Let me. What was? Is that another like version of Peacemaker? What is that? Who is that? I do too. I think it's his gruffness. He's very manly man. Very manly man. Why would they have Trigon in this? That would be confusing. If they're going magic, they need to tell us now. Okay. And then, of course, that just looks like a Martian to me. The mandibles, the red eyes. Okay.
Fail while I really exceed.
Don't smile. Totally serious.
We're supposed to keep a neutral face. I find it very difficult.
Don't smile.
The season 1 dance number was a huge hit. We're all trying to put our best feet forward.
And
we're having
more multiversal stuff. This, I think that was the same one that was laying on the floor a minute ago, but also blue suit for Red Dragon. So we got Blue Dragon. Woo!
We're having a blast.
What else you want to know about it?
So Steve Agee said the first intro they did for season 1, the dance number, that took them like less than a day, like half a day, if that. This one was a lot more complex, and they shot 2 full solid days. And you could tell there's a lot of costume changes. Just Jennifer Holland alone. I mean, she was wearing like 3 different outfits. And then Tim Meadows, we see him in a couple outfits. We see different costumes for his dad and himself, I'm assuming. So I hope it is Martian Manhunter. That would be super, super awesome. It would be amazing. And then we've got
Man in theaters. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it now. But you all know what comes next.
Peacemaker! And we are here. It is August 21st. And in about 8.5 hours, we get the Peacemaker Season 2 premiere. What are your expectations? Are you expecting to be blown away? Do you think they're going to dive right into what's canon and what's not right away? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's going to be just as good as season 2? Or do you think it's going to be less than? What do you guys think? I'm very excited. I really hope they do a good job. I'm cautiously optimistic. I really love John Cena's Peacemaker. It is some of the best casting. Paul from Heavy Spoilers said it is absolutely fantastic. And John Cena's casting as Peacemaker is one of the greatest castings for a superhero in the history of superhero films, right up there with Michael Keaton as Batman and Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. So far, if all I have to go off of is Peacemaker season 1, The Suicide Squad, I'm inclined to agree. I think he's absolutely incredible at it. And he really demonstrated some real range, some real acting in season 1. The stuff with the little brother, my God, that just ripped me apart. I believed that. I believed that pain. So very excited for season 2 tonight. I hate that I have to restart my HBO Max subscription because it's money, but I want to be able to watch it. So I hope it's as good as season 1. I really do. Please don't let us down, James Gunn. Please. I like you as a filmmaker, not so much as, human, but please don't take that away from me too. I want to continue to like you as a filmmaker. So Fernando says, if Peacemaker does introduce magic in this, give me Constantine. Yes, I want a good Constantine. See, I'm not, I'm not that big on what's his face who played him in on the CW. I'm not a big fan of any of the CW anything except for Superman and Lois. That one was good, but they just made it all so trite and low budge. I just so corny and cheesy. I didn't care for it. But anyway, damn Kino, text me that info. Save me $1. Anyway, I really think we should get a different Constantine. Like, just wipe the slate, get a new Constantine, be done with it. Yeah, Grant Gustin, he's a good Flash, but I hated the show. So I hated the Arrow too. It felt like they were constantly trying to shove a green arrow shaped peg into a Batman shaped hole. It just wasn't working for me at all. Maria says you should do weekly reviews on Peacemaker season 2. We can do that. Friday mornings we can do we can talk about Peacemaker. Sounds great. We'll do our headlines and then talk about how the episode went. Sounds great. It's a good idea, Maria. I love that. The actor who played Legion, Dan Stevens, would be an amazing John Constantine. Let Fernando cook. That is an amazing, inspired choice, my friend. Yes! Good for you. Man, that is God, you just hired Fernando for casting director, guys. On that. Get on it. That's incredible. Oh, man. Dan Stevens, pick up the phone. Let me just call him now. Here we go. Hey, James. Yeah, it's me again. No, I am still very annoyed about that. I really wish you would stop lying about your heritage. It's just embarrassing. Anyway, so we had an idea. No, I don't want to talk about that right now. Like, seriously, you need to get over it. Anyway. No, I'm sorry. I'm just no. Anyway. Yeah, You talk way too much. Are you on the toilet? That's disgusting. What is your obsession? Anyway, forget Matt Ryan, okay? He's done his time as Constantine, okay? Yeah. Dan Stevens. Right? Let's get Dan Stevens. Yeah. I'll expect my credit. Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Kisses to Jennifer. All right. There. Done. Just kidding. Oh, man. Silly. I'm in a silly mood. Well, guys, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about any of our topics today, leave it in the chat below. We are wrapping things up. I've got stuff to do, and I ran over an hour. Like I said, I wasn't going to. But anyway, if you enjoy the content I'm putting out there, please do me a huge solid. Let our algorithm overlords know by hitting the like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy content. It is the easiest and freest way to support the channel. Also, you can hit the share button, leave a comment, tell your friends. But if you'd like to help support the channel in other ways, thank you. We are back to being under 300 hours to getting monetized. Under 300 hours, okay? And remember, once we get to 3,000, we're doing a giveaway. A lucky random subscriber will win a custom designed comics and hoodie, and courtesy of CJack Productions, a $50 gift card to Amazon for Ryzen products. From Ryzen Products. I think that's what he said. Yeah, I'll get confirmation from him on that. But I have seen the gift card. Anywho, just let's keep that going. We're almost there. And as long as I don't take any time off for the next couple of weeks, I think we might have it in the bag. So we're under 3 hours. Keep those playlists going. But if you'd like to help support the channel in other ways, the easiest way to do so through these many secure website options, and I have all the links in the description below. The first one is buymeacoffee.com/comicsandmua. You can scan that QR code up there or this link right here. And you can tip me as little or as much as you like. There's also Cash App. You can check out Cash App. Just $ DanielleSoncasie. And same thing. There's a super cool keyboard I want to get. There's everyone keeps giving me crap about it, but I think it's so pretty. Anyway, there's a super cool keyboard. There's also, the streaming software I have to pay for to have access to, and the editing software. So every little bit helps, especially since I'm not monetized yet. There's also the official Nerdling Army over at patreon.com/comics, and you get all kinds of exclusives like exclusive content, chat rooms, merch that you get every 3 months for the first year of your membership. You get request line where you can request breakdowns, and there's some tutorials and stuff, and there's early access. So I drop things on Patreon first, and you also get like your own rank that I will refer to you as when I see you in the chat. You get added to the moderator list automatically, and your name goes at the end of the credits for every single comics and video. So go to patreon.com/comics and to join the official Nerd League Army and brag to your friends that you're cooler than they are. There's also the merch store over at comicsandcosmetics.etsy.com. Check that out today. Hundreds of designs on hundreds of products, all made by yours truly. And I'm also an affiliate for companies like Leash Boss for your pups, Zenny Optical for your glasses, ChorusVault.com. Use code comics and at checkout for 10% off. And you've got TikTok, CapCut, and so much more. This podcast is also powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you will love more what the Red 5 family has to offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 Network. Yes. Good morning, Pete. It's not Red Dragon, it's White Dragon. Sorry about that. White Dragon. Thank you. I think I did that because there was red and then blue. So I called Red Dragon and Blue Dragon, but it's okay. It happens. Words are hard, okay? They're hard. Podcasting is hard. Don't let anyone tell you any different. It's hard. Anyway, that's all I've got today, guys. I hope you have an awesome nerdy afternoon. Enjoy Peacemaker Season 2. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And while you're at it, keep your eyes peeled. Because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you.
Yeah.